My experience in working with students at Arupe Jesuit High School has been nothing short of life-changing. One of the most impactful experiences I had involves a student, Daniel, whose supervisor had emailed me on a mid-December afternoon that their nonprofit would no longer work with Daniel after the Christmas break. The supervisor informed me that Daniel was being fired because he was disinterested in completing tasks. He was reclusive from his coworkers, and he had ultimately been accused of stealing donated items. I was furious. I pulled Daniel out of check-in as soon as he came in through the door the next morning to discuss his behavior and what was going to happen. Throughout the meeting, Daniel was disinterested and staring blankly at the floor. I told him why he had been fired and that he would be working in my office for 6 weeks until we can find him another job. Daniel didn't stir. He denied that he had stolen anything and resumed his despondent staring contest with the floor. I remember thinking to myself, this conversation is just going in one ear and out the other. He doesn't want to change. He's just mad because he got caught. Everything changed when we called Daniel's mom. "Are you calling to talk about our argument this morning?" Mom asked in tears. I was completely taken off guard. Apparently, Daniel and his mom had a big argument about how they weren't going to have any money for Christmas. I felt terrible for having such a negative meeting with Daniel immediately after he had already been in an argument. I called Daniel's supervisor and laid out a plan for him to get retrained and given a second chance. The supervisor was reluctant, but agreed. Taking Mom's financial concerns about Christmas to the rest of the office, we settled on a Target gift card to alleviate some of the holiday pressure. I then had the duration of Christmas break to try and strategize on how to fix the situation. First day back, I met with Daniel and his mom. I was so nervous that they could probably hear my heart beating out of my chest. I don't know exactly what I was afraid of. Was Mom going to get mad at me? Was she going to get mad at Daniel? Was the supervisor going to change their mind? Eventually, we all came to agreement that Daniel would retrain in our office until early February before we. From day one, Daniel was one of the most proactive workers in the office. Every day he would come to me unprompted and ask what needs to be done. Without fail, he did everything he was asked of and even took time to make conversation with the rest of the office. I was so happy and proud of the improvement he had made. Eventually, when it was time for him to go back to work, all of my previous fears and uncertainties were nothing but a memory. One of the best moments of my time at Arupe was talking to his supervisor at the end of his first workday. They were amazed at Daniel's newfound confidence and diligence. This experience strengthened my belief in the restorative power of forgiveness. Just because somebody had a bad day, week, month, or year doesn't mean that they're incapable or undeserving of phenomenal change. Experiences like Daniel's return to his worksite are what make me proud to have been a part of the Arupe community.